Hi everyone, and welcome to my update for my A to Z Beauty Project pan. This is a Pantastic Ladies collab. It's been going for a number of years. I think this is the third year I've been doing it. This is my third attempt at trying to film this video. I'm hoping that there's going to be enough room on my device because this has just been a pain. So let's get through it, and I guess the quicker we get through it, the safer I can be that it's not going to time out on me. Alright, so yeah, let's start with A. So for A, I've got this Avon Glimmer Sticks in Mocha Flash. At the beginning of the year, I measured it at around about 1 centimetre. It's now 0.6 centimetres. It's taking forever, it's quite old, it's quite stiff. I'd really like to get it done by the end of the year, but unfortunately, my usage patterns, would suggest that that's not going to happen. So I use this one or the other one in the same project pretty much every day. So yeah, it's very slow going, unfortunately. For B, I've got this blushette in the colour Barbara Ann from MAC. This one I measured at 1.2 centimetres at the beginning of the year. Currently I'm measuring it at 1.1 centimetres. I know this time I measured it from like the black, including the white plastic base. I'm not sure how I measured it at the beginning of the year. When I weighed it at the beginning of the year, it was 20.04 grams. I don't have my accurate scales anymore. I don't know what I've done with them. But this is weighing at 19 grams. I do feel like I've put a dent in it. Just how much of a dent I can't be sure of. But you can see that it's definitely had some usage on it. Again, would really love to get it done by the end of the year, but not sure I'm going to be able to achieve that. For C, I had the Cuddly Cream Puff Lip Balm, which I finished. For D, I had the Dramatically Different Moisturising Lotion sample that I finished. For E, I had the Ed Hardy Born Wild perfume, which I think was about 10 mils, and that I finished. For F, I've got this Fantasia lipstick from MAC. My goal is that when I hold up this lid to the lipstick, that I will be able to get to that line on that A. And I reckon I'm now sort of at the top of that A, that green A, just about. So yeah, making some good progress on this one. Super duper old, really like to get it done. And I reckon I can get a good chunk out of that one this year. Currently I'm measuring it at 1.3 centimetres, was 1.4 at the beginning of the year. I also had a weight measurement, and it looks like I've used close to a gram of that one, though it is a bit hard to tell, seeing I don't have my accurate scales around. For G, I've got the Avon Glimmer Sticks eyeliner in Burgundy Shot. Same as the other one, this one started off at 0.9 centimetres, now at 0.6. Again, old, quite dry and stiff. Between the two of them, use them every day I do makeup, really slow going. Really like to get this one done by the end of the year. For H, I've got the Happy Booster Blush from Physicians Formula. It's weighing about 42 grams, started off the year at about 43.28. This one, because I've got so much pan, it's easy to see the progress. I've now got that bit just about cleared out. At the beginning of the year, there was basically product on half of this pan. Was about where I started, because my goal last year was to clean out half of it. So yeah, I'm expecting this one to be done by the end of the year, though that being said, I haven't been using it much in the last few days, and I really need to get back in the habit of using it. I've just been tending to use the cream blush, which I will sometimes put this over the top just to sort of make it a little bit more pinky, but it's something that I haven't done in the last few days, more for time purposes than anything. For eye, I've got the In the Gallery quad from MAC, currently looking like that. My goal is to reach Saipan on this one. I think that's achievable. I'm getting reasonably close. Probably use this 2 or 3 times a week, most weeks. And that shade looks like it's going to be the first one to go. And that'll be nice to have that one out. And then I'll just have to work on the others. It's a really, really hard formula, that one. Like really stiff. Yeah, so it's taking a long time to get through. For J, I've got this Just Unforgettable body spray from Avon. I'm currently at the bottom of the barcode, sitting just under the bottom of the barcode. So we're sitting around about here. My goal is really, as if I get it past where the bottom of this sticker is, I'll be happy. I'll push on and see if I can get some more of it done. But that is really where I'd sort of minimum like to be at the end of the year. I started off at that 7 on the barcode there at the beginning of the year, so you can see I have used a reasonable amount of this. It is getting to the wider part of the bottle, which is slowing things down a bit. But yeah, this will be another one I'll be happy to get out of my collection. For K, I had the Avon Dew Kiss Lip Balm in Plum Tart. I think it must have fallen out of my pocket. I keep meaning to ask people at work if anybody's seen it. Somebody's put it somewhere because it's fallen out. I'm thinking it happened at work, but it may have happened out on the street. If I can't find this one, probably by the next update, I've actually got a Michael Kors perfume sample that I'll roll in instead. I'm reasonably confident that it should only take me maybe a month or so to use up. I did try it the other day, and I'm thinking it's probably more of a spring scent. So yeah, if I don't find the lip balm again shortly, we'll roll that one in instead, and we'll just have to forget that the lip balm ever happened, which is a real shame, because I didn't actually mind that one. For L, I had Love and Light hand cream, which we finished. For M, I've got this Maple Taffy lip balm from Lush that I took out my pocket and forgot to put in, so missed out on about a week's usage. Yeah, I think I should get this done by the end of the year. It's sort of getting a bit clumpy, like if I put my finger in there, I tend to end up with clumps, which is why it's got that bit in the middle there. I think that's because there's quite a few air bubbles around the side, where I guess if you're sort of plumping it in, it doesn't always spread all the way into all those little nooks and crannies, so you end up with air bubbles. You can sort of see one up the top there. I think there must have been an air bubble, and it scraped out a fair bit of product around it. Yeah, I can't see any reason why I shouldn't have this done by the end of the year. If it's looking like it's getting close and I may not do it, I'll probably just have to try and reach for this one over the Ultra Balm, which is also in this project. But it's not all that easy to use up tinned lip products at the moment with the state of the world. So this tends to be a once a day, maybe twice a day usage guy at the moment. And I'll use stick that I don't have to put my fingers in most of the rest of the time. Pardon me. For N, I've got the NARS Fort de France highlighter. My goal on this one is to hit pan. I've been tending not to use this one so much just recently, just because it is very gold, and I think this one works better in summer. But that being said, there is a real dip down in that corner, so it's not really picking up all that well. So yeah, unfortunately I think that one's not going to show too well until I actually hit pan on it. And sort of, it's probably about as good as you're going to get on that one. But yeah, there is a big dip happening in there. I think I can hit pan by the end of the year. I'll probably start using this one as it starts getting warmer again. So I did use it today, but I will probably mainly use that one as it starts to get warmer again towards the end of the year. The O was for On The Go micellar water, which got finished early. P is the Pie de Pepper foot lotion from Lush, and I finished this one since my last update. I was pretty confident that I would. I love this stuff so much. It's got a really nice clovey smell, so good in winter to sort of make you feel warm. But unfortunately Lush discontinued this one years ago. I actually have one more left. I think it was made in 2011, so it's separating. It is a pain to use. But yeah, once the last one's gone, that's them gone, unfortunately. But at least now with Lush I should be able to get $1 off for an empty container, which will be nice. Yeah, so now we go to Q, which is the Vanilla Quartz Skin Perfector from Becca. My goal is to finish this one. This one is the one that I've been tending to use mostly at the moment. So the NARS one's probably not going to see any usage until this one's pretty much gone. I reckon it's quite thin in there. It's a little bit more built up in the middle and around the edges, but I'm pretty confident that I'll have all the centre cleared. It's by the end of the project. It's just going to be whether or not there's anything left around the rim, and if so, how much. But yeah, I'm going to get pretty close on this one by the end of the year if I don't get it finished. So that'll be nice to have this one gone. It is just a mini, and even then it's taken me, I reckon, pretty much 2 years. If it's done by the end of the year, I reckon it'll be pretty close to 2 years for me to get through this one. But I do have a nice bit of pan, and it's been repressed a number of times, so it's really quite thin. So yeah, every update you should actually be able to see that pan increasing some decent progress visually, which will be nice. For R, we've got the Baron's Rose lipstick from MAC. Bit tricky to try and measure this one. My original goal was to use up 0.5 of a gram from memory, but since I can't find my scales, that's a bit tricky. Currently measuring in at 1.9 centimetres. I'm not quite sure what it started off at. I know the weight of it was 19.74 and my goal was 19 grams, but if I don't have accurate scales, that's a bit tricky to measure. So I'm hoping I'll have to have a dig around before I do the finale on this, just to see how I've actually gone on some of these. But I don't know what I've done with it. For S, I've got the Smooth Minerals eye pencil from Avon in the colour Pebble. My goal for this one is to finish it. My minimum is to get that lid covering that base colour on here, which I feel is achievable. Started off at 4.2 centimetres from, nib, from end to there, or 6.6 for the whole thing. Currently we're at, must be 5.7 and 3.4. So I've used up about 8mm of this one so far this year. So probably not going to get it done, but I should at least be able to get that covering over that onto that plastic, which will be nice, and puts me in a good position to get it used up next year. For tea, the True Colour Skin Goodness CC Cream for Avon. This one started off the year pretty much new at 33.78 grams. Because of the sort of usage pattern on this one, it's weighing at 22 grams. So while I can't be exact, I know that I've used somewhere around about 12 grams, which is pretty impressive for a 25 gram product. So I didn't use this much at the beginning of the year. I've been using it more in the cooler weather, because the more matte ones are a little bit more drying. And I've also been tending to use this when I've been a bit time poor and just with my fingers going for something quick. So yeah, I feel somewhat confident that I'll have this done by the end of the year. If it's not completely done, it's going to be fairly close to the point where I think I'm really going to be struggling to get it out of the tube. So yeah, I think as long as I can get it to the point where I'm really struggling to get it out of the tube, I'll probably call this one a success. For you, we've got this Ultra Balm, which I use mainly as a lip balm. We're really getting, I've been working it around the edges, and we're really getting to the point where I think I'm pretty much at where the side sort of joins the base, which is nice. I don't know if I'll get it finished by the end of the year, but I think I can have a nice ring around the outside cleared of the actual bottom of this, and I think that's probably where I'm going to end up. Yeah, I mean, I think as long as I get it to the point where it looks like it would fit into one of the other containers, I'd be happy. Yeah, not quite sure if I'm quite going to get it all finished, but I'm going to be, again, going to be fairly close, I think, with maybe just sort of the finger width clear around the outside and just the product in the middle, I think, is probably where this one's going to end up. But as far as measurements go, started off at 21.4 grams and is currently weighing about 14 grams. So again, not particularly accurate, but big usage. I must have had an empty tin of this hanging around that I measured at the beginning of the year that was about 9.1 grams. So there's only about 5 grams of product in this one left, which is about half of one of those other lip balms. Again, it's a pot product, it tends to stay at home. I tend to usually only use it maybe 2 or 3 times a day when I'm at home. For V, I've got the 7-day scrub from Clinique. Not much usage on this since the last update. I tend to use Lush cleansers with scrubby bits in it over this one. I tend to only use this one if I'm going into the shower having not taken my make off properly. So yeah, I don't use this all that often. And my goal is to get down to 50 grams, which I'll have to start using a bit more of that to reach that. For W, I've got these wipes from Athena. I probably actually should have read this before I filled this particular update. As I said, I've tried to do this about 3 times. So my measurements are from a few days ago, and I have used another one, at least another one, since I did that. That being said, started the year at 30.58 grams, and the last time I weighed it, it was about 10 grams. So I'm thinking, looking at the usage pattern, I'm thinking there's there's probably less than 10 wipes in here. I thought there was less than that to begin with, but I figure that these wipes are only tiny, but even then I think they have to weigh about 1 gram each. And I'm only guessing that because I had one update where it was 16 grams, the next update where it was 15, but I don't know. I'm still reasonably confident I'll have them done by the end of the year. It's just really hard to know what's actually left in there. For X, I've got this Magix Face Perfector, and again my goal is to finish this one. Started the year at 31.01 grams, currently weighing around about 20 grams, so I've used, again, at least somewhere around 10 grams, probably a bit more than that. This one started at 30 mils, so it's a good chunk that I've used. I don't think that this one went into the Project New, so probably around about 2/3 the way there if we think that the container's probably around 10 grams, which I think is what these tend to be. I'm sort of, if you push it all down, it's sort of sitting around about here now. But then it is more hollow sort of through the middle, and thicker on the outside. So if this one's not completely done by the end of the year, I think it will be to the point where I'll be struggling to get it out of the tube and maybe even have cut it open, maybe depotted it, something like that. So that will be good if I can get it down to that, which I think I should be able to. Man, I've been rambling on for over 20 minutes. Alright. Thanks if you're still with me, that is awesome. Alright, for Y, we've got this NYX matte bronzer. My goal is to still hit pan on this one. I don't know what's going on with this. You can see rings, but then you've been able to see rings for like over, I think this time last year you could see rings. I'm thinking that you possibly could see that one and maybe bits of this one. Now we're getting to being able to see bits of this one. I probably use this about twice a week, just depending. It's sort of a step where it's sort of my last step if I get to it. Otherwise, sometimes I don't bother for my day-to-day work usage. But that being said, I really thought I would have seen pan by now, because I thought I was going to see pan by last year, and it still just keeps going on. Yeah. I have no idea what's going on with this one. I really don't. Really don't. You can see the rings. There's no pan. I can't tell how far away the pan is. I think it's just going to be where one of these days I'll just hit it and there will be celebration. There's these sort of almost little pinprick marks in it, which is just naturally, I guess, air bubbles. And it's not like I can even see pan coming through on any of those. Not even the one that's sort of close to where a ring is, where you might see it first. I don't know. I just can't tell how thick it is and how close I am. But surely by the end of the year, surely I can't be that far away. It's been like 2 years I've been using this, and about 2 years that I've been able to see those rings. So, okay. Last but not least, I've got the Ibiza Party shampoo from Lush. It looks like I've got this down to 111 grams. Started off at 117.54. I've got another one that's about 2/3 done that I was actually hoping to use up before I started this one, because of course this one just came in this project because I was struggling to find a Z. Yeah, I don't know. It would be one that I think I prefer to use more as it starts to get warmer again. whether if I wait that long I'll be able to get it done in time or not, I'm a bit doubtful of. So I think as long as I can get it down under, so it's sort of showing somewhere in this gap, like the level showing here or down is probably as good as I'm going to get with this one, which is fine because it'll probably get going by the other one. It'll probably take me somewhere between about 6 and 9 months to use this up. So if it's not done this year, it'll probably become my Z for next year, and it'll get done next year. Well, that was 25 minutes of me rambling. So hopefully you've stuck with me through the whole thing. Yeah, so that has probably been about 6 or 7 weeks since I last filmed an update. As I said, I had attempted to do it twice before, and it looks like things have worked in my favour tonight. Got all the way through, it hasn't cut out, and nothing's interrupted it. So yeah, I try to do updates when I've actually got something to show people. I'm so slow in my planning that I don't think it's worth me getting on here every month and going, oh look, absolutely nothing, can't measure anything, oh well. So that's why my updates are a bit few and far between. But I hope that if you can actually see some difference between the last time, that's more worthwhile than the alternative. Alright guys, have a good night. See you next time. Bye.